Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando. That's Corey. And today we are doing 1987's Predator. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and share with your friends. Put this in your playlists, whatever. But this is another Arnold Schwarzenegger joint. And I might just go through his movie catalog, and I don't care when it was released. I think we're just going to review. We're just going to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger channel from here on out.
Pretty much are.
So this movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dutch, Carl Weathers as Dylan, Elpidia Carrillo as Anna, Bill Duke as Mac, and Jesse Ventura, the Body, as Blaine.
The small personalities every single character in this movie gets.
Perfect.
It's beautiful. It is.
It was cast so well, I thought. And just...
I mean, let's face it. This is the first Expendables.
Yes.
This is every tough guy you could put together in a movie.
Yep.
And just let him hunt something, or let him, be against something that's just holy shit.
Yeah, this movie is there was only one thing in this movie I just went fuck that. And it's right at the beginning too. So this movie opens up with Dutch, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and his commando team. They meet General Phillips. Dutch is told that a high-ranking cabinet minister went missing in the jungle, was shot down by a rebel guerrilla group. Dutch's team has been hired, basically, to go over the border into the rebel territory, rescue the cabinet minister. That's what General Phillips and Dylan, who is played by Carl Weathers, tells Dutch. This is where I was like, come on. Because Dylan and Dutch know each other.
You son of a bitch.
And then they do the bro shake.
By the way, if you're not greeting your friends like that every time you see them, they're not really your friends.
Dude, let me tell you this, and I know this happened in this movie, and this is what made me laugh and call bullshit on it, because I know for a fact, in the script, it's Dutch and Dylan see each other. Oh, you son of a bitch, blah, blah, blah. And they shake hands, and the director went, dude, we're going to put a rewrite in here. He's like, I want you guys to get in there, and I'm just going to zoom in close up, sweaty forearms, and the whole nine. And it's going to be the shot of the movie.
This was like Rocky and Apollo doing the iconic punch at the end of Rocky 3 in freeze frame. This was epic. If you didn't know what you were walking into at this point in the movie, when you saw that, biceps, sweat, oh, yeah, fuck story. Get it.
Yep, exactly.
Let's just get it.
They're in the jungle. They get dropped off by a helicopter. They hike towards this rebel camp. They find the downed helicopter. Dutch's tracker, Billy, is able to determine that the rebels took the cabinet minister, but another group of men passed through. Billy senses something nearby and finds the bodies of 3 men who've been skinned and hung upside down. There's a pile of entrails, and they actually find a set of dog tags, which belongs to Jim Hopper, which Dutch and Dylan both know. This is where Dutch starts to get a little confused because... And that's when
he knows something's not right here.
Yeah, he starts questioning Dylan. I thought you told me that nobody came in here, and that it was Dylan. Dylan that says I don't know anything.
I know nothing. Nothing.
For Dylan being a CIA field operative,
yes,
you're a bad liar, bro. You're a bad liar.
Green Berets out of Fort Bragg. Now what the hell were they doing here?
And Dylan goes, well, no, nobody told me they were supposed to be in here.
Nothing.
Bro, horrible liar.
The team gets to the rebel camp. They're undetected. Dutch and his team, they destroy this camp. And they kill all the rebels. There's no hostages left alive, but they do find this girl, Anna, and they take her along as a prisoner.
The only reason they find them is because apparently if you're a rebel the only way to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger is to literally walk up behind him as close as you possibly can and then shoot him in point blank range.
Yes.
It is too terrifying to shoot Kaiser Soze in the back because 2 different rebels have a bead on him and tiptoe behind him. First guy,
Stick around.
second guy, Anna, boom, knock you out with the butt of my gun. That's how close they were.
Yeah, that's the best. And when I was watching this, and it was like, oh, stick around. Like when he first says it, I was like, oh, like we haven't done an Arnold movie in a while, and I don't know. There's just something about an action movie with Arnold in it. With when the one-liners land, when they're good one-liners, you're like, yeah, stick around.
You're skipping over the beautiful Jesse the Body Ventura getting to drop in lines such as,
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
and
I ain't got time to bleed.
I find it funny that there literally are 2 governors in this movie.
I know.
And this is, I want to say, both of their best roles ever.
Yes.
But they destroy this rebel camp, and they're kind of sifting through the rubble, I guess, to see what they could find. And they don't find the cabinet minister. This is where Dutch realizes that this is just complete bullshit, and that Dylan just wanted to come here to destroy this whole fucking rebel camp.
What's funny is Dylan, at this point, he doesn't know if Arnold knows that it was bullshit. Doesn't care. He completely drops his poker face and runs into that room like a kid on Christmas.
Goddamn jackpot.
This is more than we ever thought we'd get.
Oh, dude, look at all this shit. This is great. They take this girl, Anna, and she tries to escape pretty much every chance she gets. Hawkins, who's played by Shane Black, follows her through the woods as she's escaping. When he catches her, something comes out of the jungle and kills him. And Anna is covered head to toe in blood. She's still, like, her wrists are still bound. Like, she's still outside of her legs. She's a prisoner still. But she's literally, like, cowering in the corner. They're like, oh, what happened? Somebody need to question her. So the one guy who speaks the whitest Spanish on the team
¿Qué pasó, mujer? Mujer, ¿qué pasó?
decides to ask her, like, what happened. She says
The jungle. It just came alive and took him.
to which Carl Weathers' response is like,
Bullshit. It's not what she said. What she said doesn't make any sense.
well, and Dutch orders the rest of the team to find Hawkins' body, which is hanging from a tree nearby. Blaine, which is Jesse Ventura, is, as they're scanning the forest, sees something.
What he thinks he sees is he hears the rustling in the bushes, and he turns his massive Gatling gun, which is by far the best weapon in this movie. Turns that thing over to the bushes, just a hedgehog.
He gets shot twice by, like, this laser, and it just blows out his whole fucking upper body.
Bill Duke comes running in his Mac, and then he sees the Predator's eyes flash. Now, this was, to me, one of the very few flaws in this movie.
Yeah.
Was before this, they've already shown the Predator following them in the trees. You get to see through his heat vision. You showed that there was another entity out there far too early for my liking. What I would have liked to have seen was more of a Dusk Till Dawn, where it's all action movie. It's a bank robbery and then trying to get across the border. Yeah. And then just out of nowhere, vampires show up.
Yeah.
That would have been dope if Hawkins got exploded and you're still kind of under the impression that maybe it is Rebels still. Maybe there is just this different shit going on out here.
Yeah.
And then you get to see Bill Duke see the Predator for the first time. You see it the same time they do.
I disagree for one reason. Because what I really liked that they did was the POV of the Predator. Because you don't really know what it is. until really this part, like you kind of see stuff in the trees, like they don't give you enough to go, oh, that's what that is.
And I like the POV shots,
Yeah.
just not as early as they came.
Mac comes over after Jesse Ventura's fucking innards are blown to pieces, and he picks up the minigun and just starts mowing down whatever the hell he thought he saw. They all come in like this big like mass rush. No questions. They just see him shooting over there. Hey guys, we're shooting over there. If you want to get yard work done real quick, do it this way, because they mowed down this entire jungle.
This is one of the greatest. This is the best scene in this movie.
For nothing happening.
Reasons.
Well, I was going to say, for
Yes.
nothing happening, this is by far one of the best scenes in this movie.
And the reason this is so good is you've established these guys as true blue soldiers,
Yep.
right? They're mercenaries, but they're all soldiers. They're very clear in what and they are the best. They are very smooth in what they do. They don't miss. They're accurate as shit. On and on. They are so fucking scared at this point at what's happening to them that they see one guy just blind firing into the jungle and all follow suit. And then finally to realize they hit nothing.
Yes.
It's just one of the best scenes in movie history.
No, it's fantastic. What I really liked about this scene, and honestly the whole movie, is that nobody looks down the sight of their gun. Everybody's shooting from the hip. Everybody's shooting from here. Like, nobody's up here like you should be shooting a gun. Yes. Everybody's shooting from the hip. It's a flaw, but it's a great flaw. I love it.
It's a flaw, but who gives a shit at this point?
Exactly. I didn't come to see the accuracy of how they shoot their guns. They check the area. Pancho tells Dutch that
we hit nothing.
The line delivery is great too. We hit nothing. Like, he looks scared shitless throughout this whole movie.
Yep. And when asked what he saw, Mac doesn't really know. He doesn't really give an answer.
I don't know, goddamn. I saw something.
And you don't really want to be like, I saw glowing eyes in the jungle.
Yeah.
Because the rest of your team's going to be like, all right, you need to go see the medic. Because, but...
Its eyes flash. Oh, well, clearly that's an alien, right?
The only one, exactly, the only one who sees anything is Anna, which sees the predator's, like, glowing green blood on the giant leaf. Nobody else sees this. But she basically takes it and like wipes it on her pants. I don't know. She's saving it for later because she doesn't tell anybody she saw it.
But she's also got an idea already of what's happening.
Yes. And in another part of the jungle, cuts to the predator fixing himself. And he's got this like built-in first aid kit that he's got this little...
Oh, what a great reveal of the predator.
Yes. And at this point, Dutch has the team make camp for the night. They wrap Blaine's body in his poncho. They wire the whole area with flares and grenades, and nothing's getting through. And Mac takes the first watch. A noise alerts Mac. It's a dark shape. It falls on him. He stabs it repeatedly, and there's just blood everywhere. And it's a pretty like intense scene. They're all rushing over to help him out and see what's going on. And it turns out to be a wild pig that he just stabbed to death. And the biggest, like, boar that I've ever seen in my life.
Massive.
Like, it was huge. And then this is where Billy informs everybody that Blaine's body is gone.
Yeah.
So it disappears. This is where Dutch realizes that not only are they getting taken out one by one, they're being hunted by someone or something.
You still don't understand it, Dylan, do you? Whatever it is out there, it killed Hopper, and now it wants us.
The team then constructs a trap from jungle vines to form this net, an elaborate system of tripwires, while they wait for the predator to set off the trap.
Carl Weathers just has gone full dick. Like... Everybody else is like, all right, we're in it. we're gonna do what we're gonna do to get out of it. Like, fuck it. And he has just been like,
You really think this Boy Scout bullshit's gonna work?
y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. This is bullshit. I'm walking the fuck out of here. I'm calling my Uber and going home. He's done.
Yes, exactly.
He is just complete. Like, all of you fucking people are stupid.
Yeah.
He's still on this hook that there's 5 or 6 guys running around out there.
Yeah. Yeah. 5 or 6 guys who are like 5'6" that, you know, have spears or some shit. Like,
yes. Cirque du Soleil gone so serious.
So while they wait for the predator to set off the trap, Anna tells them the story about a legendary demon that stalked their town, and when it gets hot like this, like it is there, she says that, you know, men were found skinned and the missing body parts and yada yada. During this whole thing, Dutch basically decides like, okay, nothing's happening, so I think we need some bait. So I'm going to carefully go out and I'll provide the bait. The predator sets off the thing. It gets trapped in the net, shoots off its little lasers, and escapes from the net. Mm-hmm. As it shoots out, it basically sends this whole elaborate thing that they set up into like this, like, I don't know, Laurel and Hardy fucking bit, but dude, everybody gets fucked up. Poncho gets fucking blasted in the chest by the log that was like the weight for the net. This is where Mac just says, he pulls his best Keanu and just says, fuck it. Fuck it! And tears off into the woods. And all of a sudden, Dylan's like, I'm going to save the day. I'm going to go get Mac. You guys head to the chopper.
Hold it, Dutch. I'm going after Mac.
Redemption songs.
Dylan finds Mac. And I actually really like this scene because Mac is like, shh.
Oh, dude, this scene's amazing.
They're all quiet. They see it in the thing. They decide that I'm going to go from here. You go from there. We'll trap it and whatever. Mac, while crawling through like the underbrush, sees the 3 dots on his arm. And then his head comes through and he looks up. Now the 3 dots are right in his forehead. And he just gets blasted in the head. So he's dead. Dylan comes through, starts shooting at the thing. He gets his arm sheared off. And then he gets attacked by this like double blade, like, because he's like, oh, I got another arm. Cool. I'm going to attack again.
Your arm just got gone. And you still have the presence of mind like, shit, yeah. To go after it again with your left? Yeah. Dude, you're a man.
The rest of the team, they cross the large tree trunk bridge. And this is where Billy stops, drops all of his shit. Like, all my gear is in the water. I'm going to face this thing alone. I'll be back. Literally 2 seconds later, they hear him screaming in agony.
This was one of the parts that really annoyed me because you set up Billy as kind of the guy. He's the last one alive.
Yep.
To Dutch's, you know, we all know Arnold's going to be the man.
Yeah.
But Billy's the last one that's really in the fight. Show that fight. Like, you see the Predator at the end look at Arnold and be like, you're worthy. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Show it didn't have to be fast, but you can show it a little bit.
I agree.
To where Billy's just not a bitch.
Yeah.
He went out for such a ball-ass stand and being the only one that knew something was off.
Yeah.
The entire movie. To go out like that fast and not be seen.
Totally
I hope
agree.
that was a studio decision and not a director decision. Because if it was, fuck you, John McTiernan, because you just broke my heart.
I totally agree. I thought the exact same thing. I would have loved to have seen that. It didn't have to be a 15-minute fight. Give me a
not
good
even close.
Give me a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Yeah. This dude's dead. Let's move on.
Billy has his knife. You see the Predator like walking towards him, takes out his little thing, and Billy takes a swipe and cuts him, and the Predator jabs him, dumps him over the log. End of fucking fight.
Exactly. Dutch, Anna, and Poncho stop, and Poncho is killed by the laser blast.
Just put out of his misery, really. Let's just face facts.
Yeah,
Poncho wasn't going to get to that chopper no matter what he thought.
He was slowing everybody down anyway. It's all good. But
and
Dutch,
then Anna, being a fucking moron, picks up a gun. It hasn't got you yet. Why are you fighting?
Well, and that was Dutch's. Dutch kicks the gun away from her. Yes. Because that was Dutch's whole thing was like, I don't think it's attacked you because you're not armed. Like, It hasn't done anything to you. So when she goes to pick up the gun because she's scared and wants to defend herself, he kicks it away like, no. He yells for Anna to run to the helicopter.
Get to the chopper!
She takes off for the chopper. Dutch ends up sliding down a hill, drops him off a cliff into a river.
Which was great. You want to talk about hitting your one-liners with Arnold?
Oh, shit!
He falls into the river. He swims to the other side. He's resting on like the muddy bank when he hears really and sees the predator splash down behind him. The predator comes out of the water, and this is where Arnold sees what the predator really is.
And it's the first time we really get to see the full body shot, right?
Yes. Yeah. So it's this humanoid alien with dreadlocks. So he doesn't see Arnold because Arnold is covered in mud, which hides his body heat. Arnold realizes this. Dutch then sets up these huge traps, these elaborate traps, spikes and swingy things and whatever, which I don't know how the predator doesn't hear or see anything like moving in the woods just randomly.
That one thing, because yes, the predator's hearing, they've already made it seem like he can hear from very far away.
Yes.
And as he demonstrates when he gets out of the river, here's the faint noise in the log, zeroes in on it, and just shoots.
Yes.
Clearly, that's not Arnold Schwarzenegger running through a fucking log.
No,
the size of
this
a little mouse. Yeah, exactly. So he's just fucking popping off. You would think all of these weird noises would just have him spooked at this point and firing.
Yeah.
And second, Arnold Schwarzenegger does maybe the most human being thing here that has ever been done in a movie. Because he's out. He's invisible. Predator doesn't know where he is. You realize it's the mud. Cake on your mud. Walk the fuck to the chopper and you go home.
Yes.
End of story. But instead, he's like, yeah, you just fucked with me and killed a whole lot of my friends.
Yeah.
I gots to kill you.
Exactly. What I like is that he does all these traps and then he builds a bow and arrows, and I barely know how to tie my shoes if I'm in the woods. And this dude is building like elaborate traps and shit. So
was this the first time you realized that you're not Arnold Schwarzenegger?
This is the first time I realized that, like, I put myself in the situation and I was like, oh, I wouldn't even be like Jesse the Body Ventura or like the skinned guys hanging in the trees, like at the beginning of the movie. Like I didn't even get a credit in the movie. I'm just like this random skin guy. I wouldn't have gotten off the helicopter. I would have been dead.
I was going to say, you and I wouldn't have got off the helicopter or much further off the helicopter because a mosquito would have hit us and given us malaria.
I would have basically been the director for Tropic Thunder when they get into the woods.
Yes.
Oh. That would be me. I'm the first guy down. Like,
yes.
So this is actually where the predator, and maybe he doesn't hear Arnold, all the shit in the woods, because he's too busy ripping Billy's spinal cord out of his body and cleaning the skull as one of his trophies. Dutch lights a torch and screams out, lets the predator know, like, yes. I'm ready to party. I'm the party pooper. They should have pulled them all out. All the lines out here.
All of them.
So he's ready to play. He drops the torch into the huge bonfire. Predator arrives. Dutch fires one of his explosive arrows, I guess permanently disabling the invisibility device on the predator. But he quickly for building the bows and arrows and stuff, he quickly runs out of weapons. Like he runs out of arrows, and
he's trying to get it done very quick, and it's just
yeah.
throwing shit as fast as you can.
So he runs out of weapons. The Predator like captures him. He removes his helmet, reveals the face for the first time, and this is where Arnold gives his
You're one ugly motherfucker.
It's a great line.
It is a great line. So Dutch draws the Predator into the spike trap that he had set, and he yells it for him to come kill him.
Come on, come on. Kill me, I'm here, kill me! Come on, kill me, I'm here! Come on, do it now, kill me!
Anytime Arnold screams, it's great. It's fucking, it's just gorgeous. The Predator discovers the trap, and I actually really like this part of the movie. Like, he doesn't just get lured into the trap and then Arnold gets away. He sees the trap, he's not a moron, and then he walks around behind Dutch. As it moves in, that's when Dutch notices it's standing directly under the trap's counterweight. So he kicks away the trigger, the counterweight comes down, it crushes the alien. Dutch moves in to finish the whole thing. He's got the large rock, but he throws it away when he sees that the alien he's fatally wounded. But then the alien starts beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, and starts this countdown, I guess. I don't know, because I don't read Alien Predator numbers.
Dash line hyphen comma.
So you could tell it's counting down to something. Dutch fucking takes off. And as he does, the Predator laughs, imitating the whole Billy laugh from earlier in the movie. And then a small nuclear explosion goes off.
Just a minor one.
On the island. And Dutch, jumps for cover. The helicopter comes in. It's got Anna in it. They come in to swoop in and rescue Arnold. End of movie. And God, I don't think I have to ask on this one either. I think this one stands the test of time personally. This is just a great sci-fi action movie.
This is for sci-fi to be included in this movie.
Yes. They
did it so perfectly because they didn't get into the science. They didn't get how we got here. They didn't get what he is, how we breathe. None of that shit was important. It was, this fucking thing is here now. That's all you need to worry about.
Well, and that's all you needed to do.
It was also, exactly. But it was also more technologically advanced, which it would have to be in order to get here in the first place. Yeah. So it made sense that, bullets can ricochet off its helmet, or it has the invisibility cloak, etc. They just did such a perfect job combining an action movie and a science fiction movie into one.
Yep.
And I mean, the only one you can even come close to comparing it to is Aliens.
Yeah.
The sequel to Alien.
Yeah.
Only thing you can come close to compare it to, because it's that perfect right down the middle.
Absolutely. Well, and the thing that I actually don't really remember when I started this movie, and it has the alien ship and then the one splitting off, and I totally the movie started, I was like, I don't remember this at all.
The first time full disclosure, I have owned this movie for a very long time, and I watch it at least once a year. So of course it stands the test of time for me, but when the first time I really had watched it after a number of years, that opening shot, I was like, oh, damn, they let you know really early that there's an alien here.
Yep.
And again, honestly, that's my only complaint.
Yeah. They could have just opened with where we opened, where it's Arnold going to the general and...
You son of a bitch.
But outside of that, and again, a couple of very minor things, this movie still super entertaining. the characters are all written well. They
Yes.
cast perfect people to play those characters, and I just, all in all, like everything, it's just the whole movie's fantastic.
Well, this is one of the first movies I remember, and what I constantly look for in any of these action sci-fi blends really is I don't want to see me take on the Predator. I'm not going to win. I already know that. I want to see the best. I don't want to see me take on zombies.
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen pretty much in that scenario. Bye, everyone. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I want to see the best versus this irregular, phenomenal thing that's happened.
Some damn fool accused you of being the best.
Movie's
This
great.
movie-
If you haven't seen it in a couple years, whatever, go watch it today. It is phenomenal.
Check it out. When you do search for Predator on Amazon or online or wherever you're searching for it, there are other Predator movies.
Yeah, be very careful.
Watch this one, because
Yes.
some of the others, this one's the best one out of any of them, but
Yes.
some of the others are straight trash, homie. So
Yeah.
just
basically,
be very wary.
most of the rest of them are straight trash.
Yes, exactly. So that's all I got. You got anything else for this movie?
Nothing. It's phenomenal. Go watch it. Get to the chopper and watch it.
Get to your Roku now. So for Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews, and this was 1987's Predator.